What is going on? We are back. It is Friday night, ready to take some juicers of picks. Record and units are on the screen. Me and Steed both had pretty damn good weeks last week. Steed was up 2.48 units exactly because he was.
So,
It's funny how you're exactly up 2 units now. Um, you were like minus 0.48, and somehow you managed to get to exactly plus two. So good
yeah,
job on
Raiders
that.
money line. Raiders money line.
Yeah, Raiders money line was a great pick. Dude, I had a cracker of a week because the Titans came through plus 200. Put me up about 4 units, just shy of that. So I'm now up 10.27 units on the season. Having a good year so far. Both of us are to a certain extent. You had one week that took you out, like six
Yeah,
or
it was the
seven
week
units.
before. Yeah, it's the week before. I think I went like 1-8. You know.
So if you didn't have that, you would be right up there challenging me for the crown. But as of right now, I've got the crown. Steed's still up. Let's get into dog of the week, though. Steed, I'm going to start it with you because I liked your dog of the week so much last week in the Raiders that I decided, hey, I'm going to tell you. And it worked out. It worked out phenomenally. You going NFL for dog of the week, college for dog of the week? What is your dog of the week pick?
This is the thing. I don't think it's a really good week for dogs necessarily. Like none that I'm in love with, like last week with the Raiders. But again, I like Colts plus 170 at the end of the day. I think there's decent value in a team that can hang with anybody in the league, I think. Now they're a little banged up, but again, with the 49ers team, with the rookie quarterback, I'm not too sure they can get it done, especially on Sunday night. I know it's a way for the Colts and this be a tough game for him, but I think Carson Wentz is like trending in the right direction. Like he looks like he's playing much better. And I like them to go into San Fran and come out with a little dub.
Yeah, that's a really interesting game. I think the big problem with the Colts right now is that their defense is really banged up. It looks like a lot of their front seven players will be playing. Darius Leonard, I think, logged a limited practice. It looks like he's going to play. They had two D linemen, one of which was their first round pick, Quiddy Pie. They
Yeah.
both logged limited practices and look like they're on the road to playing as well. But a couple of secondary injuries is interesting matchup there, especially just because the 49ers passing offense most of the season kind of hasn't been as good as we thought it was. It's kind of just
Yeah.
been the Debo show. And that's the extent of how they're able to throw the football. Jimmy G is finally back, so we're going to see if he's healthy. Dude, I would tell you with the Colts, I actually, man, that odds is really good, a plus 170. But the
Yeah.
Colts have boned me one too many times, and I'm a little bit too scared.
I think this is my first time this year betting on the Colts.
You know what? I keep saying I'm going to let the feelings get out of the way, and I just take them. But how they let me down the Ravens game, I really thought they had it in the
Yeah.
bag for like a
Well,
plus 250.
when you're winning the game, what was it, 22-3 in the fourth quarter? You think you do have it in the bag, but
Just one of those field goals we needed. So I've got two dog of the week potential candidates. I don't necessarily love either one of them. I'm gonna go with the. I can't believe I'm taking this team. I'm gonna go with the one with the higher odds, the more dog of the dogs that I'm taking. That's the Bengals. I'm getting them right now. They're plus 225. I'm seeing on DraftKings.
okay.
Um, Even better than what I was initially going to take them at plus 220. I know the Ravens are hot. I really don't. I wouldn't necessarily pick the Bengals to win, but it's just this has been my strategy for a lot of the season. This Bengals team really should not be plus 225 in this game.
Mhm.
I just think they're a better team than the line that they're getting. I really think that this should be around what the Colts line is, right? You know, a 4 or 5 point spread, and the Bengals around plus 180. Plus 225 is just too good for me to pass up. I will gladly put a unit on it. The Bengals have been hot. They're coming off against a really good, like finally that Bengals performance. If you're a Bengals fan, at least that like you kind of killed the team in the Lions, right? And it's the
Yeah,
Lions, but
true.
I'm thinking that that'll give them a lot of confidence heading into this one. The Ravens have had a couple of really big wins and a comeback win, just emotional games. So I really feel like it's up. The Ravens right now are the team with the target on their back, and the Bengals are going to come in here with the chip on their shoulder, right? So 225 for me is just a little bit too good to pass up.
Yeah, I think it's just a big prove it game for the Bengals because they're sitting at 4-2 and they hung tough with the Packers. Like honestly, should have beat the Packers, right? So like they can hang with the big boys. But I mean, this is a divisional game. Lamar's playing like MVP, even better than his former MVP self. And the Ravens are moving. They're on 5-game win streak. So it's not like the Ravens are going to win out. They're going to eventually lose. More likely. But
Well, I also just really like how physical this Bengals defense has been. To me, this was the X factor of their season, and I was wrong. I thought the Bengals defense was going to be kind of crap, but it's complete 180, and it's like the Bengals defense that we kind of saw at the end of last year. Dude, this is a physical defense. They're going to get up in your face and punch you in the mouth. They've done a very good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and their corners have done a good job of getting in the opposing receivers' faces and making life difficult. So
yeah,
I think that they have an opportunity to do that this week against the Bengals, against the Ravens receivers. I think that if you're able to keep the top on Hollywood Brown, and to a certain extent Mark Andrews, I really think that the Bengals defense, outside of Lamar just doing this crazy Lamar stuff, because if Lamar just makes those insane Lamar plays, there's really nothing you can do to stop it, right? You just almost
yeah,
have to mitigate him. But if you take away these big chunk plays to Andrews and Hollywood Brown that they've been consistently getting, which I do think the Bengals can do. You saw them do it against the Packers to a certain extent. You get that big play that you've been getting out of Jamar Chase every game, or maybe this week it's T. Higgins. I think that they can hang around and have a shot to win.
yeah. I think they'll be in the ball game. I just don't want to bet on it because like the Bengals still have to prove a little more to me. Like if they win this week, then maybe I'll start looking at them more.
Mm. All right, what's your next pick?
I'm gonna go to the Monday night game. I'm gonna take Saints -4. Again, like I'm not a big board guy this week, but here, like, yeah, you're catching 4 points with the Saints on the road, and it's like which Saints are we gonna get, right? Like, are we gonna get the B Saints or we're gonna get the mediocre Saints where Jameis is throwing picks? So I'm just gonna bet on that is a Monday night primetime game that Sean Payton and this team comes out where it looks like the Saints are really good. And I just think they're gonna get after Geno. And even though Alex Collins like lit it up Sunday night, I don't know. I try running on this front seven of the Saints that's still really good. I'm just gonna take the who I think is the better team.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you on this one. I've been a little bit back and forth on this game, but at the end of the day, I think you brought up a good point with Alex Collins. The way that the Saints got back in that ball game against the Steelers was by playing physical, and the Steelers were missing a key part of their defense in Tyson Alualu. So the Saints, their front seven and their defense is still really good, right? And if you want to play physical against the Saints, they're probably a top three most physical defense in the NFL. Like if you're going to try and play smash mouth football against this team, I think that they're going to be in for a tough surprise. Outside of that, I really just don't see how the Seahawks are going to be able to score consistently unless DK comes up with a big play against Lattimore, or maybe Gino has a long ball to Tyler Lockett. If they come out with the game plan that was working against Pittsburgh, I think that the Saints win this one comfortably. So the Seahawks are gonna have to do something unexpected, in my opinion, to put up the 17 points, like 20 points, and not even 17, that I think it would take for the Saints not to cover. I'm thinking that the Saints can easily win this one 24-14, 24-17, and cover the 4 points.
Yeah. Okay.
My next pick, I'm going to be going with the Dolphins. I'm going to be taking the Dolphins plus 115 against the Falcons. just kind of once again following my strategy of this is just too good of a price for the Dolphins. To be honest, this game is a coin flip. The one thing that really is scaring me about the Dolphins is that all of Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, and Noah Igbenogany are all logged limited practices yesterday or today, one of the two. Um, so if they're missing all three of those guys, I'm not liking this pick as much. But considering we do the picks on Fridays, I'm just still going to take it. Um, Tua back actually might improve the offense. I'm just thinking that this is going to be a close game, and I'm getting a good odds on the Dolphins to put a unit on. It really should just be a pick 'em game for me with the money line. So plus 115, I'll take.
Yeah, I like that.
But the
Um,
injuries are definitely something to monitor in this one if you're going to take it.
yeah, the line's already kind of moving favoring the Dolphins too. It started out at 3, now it's at 2. So I'm big Falcon believers out there, I think.
Well, it's funny too because I actually think the Falcons' skill players are going to have decent days. I'm expecting if all three of these dudes play, right? They log limited practices, which to me means you should be able to play. I'm no doctor. I'm not an expert in the injury aspect of things. That's just what my line of thinking, right? If I get those three guys all playing, I think that the Dolphins defense can kind of get back to what it was similar to last year, where they give me that big turnover or two that can win the
Yeah.
game. That's what I need.
Yeah, I can see that easily happening. My next game, God, I really don't like the board, but I'm gonna roll with the Raiders -3. I get even odds on it somehow. But again, they're playing at home. They're playing against the Eagles. It, I something's like warning me here. Like, there's a reason why the Eagles +3 is like more heavy favorite. Like, and but like in my mind, I can't get it through because I think the Raiders are just a better team. You know, I think this is a team that's going to respond very well to Gruden being gone. You saw it last week. They beat the Broncos, and the Broncos aren't that good either. But I don't think the Eagles are like some force to be reckoned with. And I thought this would be more towards like a touchdown or 5.5. That's the first on the line. So I'm just going to take the Raiders.
I'm kind of just staying away from that one. I actually plus 100 is actually pretty nice. I'm curious to see what that is on DraftKings. I'm looking at the college games to see if any of these lines moved for the picks I was going to take. But man, I actually kind of like the Eagles in that one.
Yeah, but I'm
I
just
don't know.
rolling
It's
with the
just too
line.
much of a toss up for me. I have no idea what's going to happen in that game, and I really don't want to put a unit on the Eagles because I'm not really liking what I'm seeing out of this Eagles team.
Yeah, I think it's taking the Raiders there. It's not confident totally in it, but I think just like odds wise and where I could just gain another unit, I'll take it.
So I'm gonna go back to the teasers because this was something that was working for me last year that I'm pretty sure I'm a little bit down on the teasers this year. I just haven't really taken him that much, but I'm gonna go back to it because there's a teaser that I like this week. It's gonna be the Packers -2, and then the
Mm.
Chiefs Titans over 51.5. Gonna rate this all out. This is a freaking a lot. So that's gonna be -120. Two lines that I just really like. I was thinking about taking the Titans Chiefs over to begin with, and I was thinking about taking the Packers to begin with. I was a little bit on the fence with both, so teasing them both down 6 points to me, I have the feeling that this teaser is a lock. Obviously, it's not because it's especially in the NFL, anything can happen. But I do
Yeah.
really like the odds on this to happen.
Yeah, it's tough to see the Titans and the Chiefs not going over 51.5.
Yeah,
When
that
both
line
teams are
started
probably
at
going to score.
56 and it moved up a point and a half already as well.
Yeah. I kind of want to rip a teaser, but
Might just rip a quick teaser.
yeah, I mean, what do you think about this? So I can tease the Patriots down to -1, and then I tease the Ravens to basically pick them.
See, those are just two games that I was thinking about teasing the Patriots in that teaser that I took, but for some reason I don't know why, because I all signs point towards the Patriots winning this game by like 14 points, right? A classic 28-14 kind of a game, maybe a little bit less, like a 24-10. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know why. I just feel like the Jets are starting to play with some energy, and that energy that we expected Solid to bring earlier in the season just kind of wasn't there. And now, after that win against the Titans, you kind of saw it a little bit last week that the Jets might just be kind of getting in a groove. That's just complete feelings, though. I don't know. I don't have any numbers or whatnot to support. That's just for me watching the past two Jets games. I'm getting that feeling, so I shied away, and then I took the Bengals just because I think that's an even football game.
Yeah.
Um, to me, I don't hate that. Are you going to take that?
No. I,
so
I
so here's the question: Is do I keep fucking around in college football, or do I just give up and say I don't know what the fuck is going to happen? Because I'm pretty sure I'm down on college football in the season so far. It's not like I'm losing every pick. It's just consistently
it's
I'm
just tough.
breaking even at best. It seems like,
Yeah, it's just tough.
because I was thinking about taking Ole Miss -9, and now that's gone down to -7.5 against LSU.
Oh wow.
Quite honestly shocked that people are putting money on LSU. Maybe it's because they think that that running back is going to have another field day against Ole Miss. I mean, Ole Miss doesn't have the best run defense in the world. You saw Arkansas was able to move the ball. I mean, they were able to move the ball passing or running or honestly doing anything.
Yeah, but the thing about Ole Miss, unless it's a freak game, they're not going to turn over the ball like Florida did.
Yeah, that's uh I feel like I'm going to be mad at myself for passing up on this. So I'm going to take it.
Okay.
I'm going Ole Miss. I'm going to continue my LSU hate, and I'm riding Ole Miss -7.5. I two score win for Ole Miss. LSU's trash.
Okay.
I'm gonna start labeling whose picks are who. You have any college football games you want, or any more NFL games?
Yeah, I got a couple college games. I'm going to be taking Nevada plus 3.5 against Fresno. I've bet on Nevada once this year. I took spread and money line, and it both hit. And I've just, haven't been betting on them since, and I don't understand why. There's a couple weeks, especially when they played Boise the other week. They were 5-point dog, outright won the game. I just think Nevada's a good team. With Carson Strong, I think they're just nice setup. Fresno State's a good ball club too, but I find these teams as equals. You know, I find them very similar. So I'm just gonna ride and lay the points with Nevada.
Yeah, the one thing that's both good and bad about Nevada is that I do feel that Carson Strong carries them a little bit. Like they're living and dying, it seems like. I haven't watched a ton of Nevada games, but I have watched a couple, and it really does feel like they live and die by Carson Strong. So like if he's out there having a good game, I mean, he can put up a lot of points, and that offense can move the ball quickly because I mean, he's got a beautiful deep ball, and he can really threaten teams vertically. But at the same time, if he's not showing up and playing well, how are they going to win?
Yeah, but I,
um,
I mean, like you really haven't seen that all season yet. So
I'm trying to find where the hell is Georgia Tech on this?
the nerds,
Yeah, I was thinking
they play
about,
tonight.
do they
What
play
is going?
tonight? I can't
What's
find them
going
on
on?
here. So maybe their game is just not listed on DraftKings right now. I literally can't
No,
find the
no,
game.
I got it. I got it. Georgia Tech 6.5-point dogs to Virginia
What's the money line on that?
plus 215.
Let's do 15. Odds have gone up. I don't know.
Are you riding the nerds?
I was feeling like I was feeling it, but now that you say that, I'm not.
I mean, it's just betting on the nerds. You don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's the problem is that I don't know what the hell I'm gonna get. I think I'm just gonna stay away from that. I see. Once it comes to college football, I second guess everything.
It's tough. Dude, this one game is just pissing me off because I don't understand the line.
What game?
Iowa State, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they're Oklahoma State is getting no respect.
I mean, they're 7-point dogs and they're undefeated, right?
Yeah, they're undefeated. They're like top 10 in the country right now, and they're a
I
seven
lost
point
interest.
underdog to a team that's been underperforming basically the entire season.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, did I just because I stopped following Iowa State after they just got their bats blown out by Iowa. I know they lost to Baylor. That's their last loss. Okay, you blew out Kansas. Congrats. I think my high school could blow them out. You got Kansas State. They beat by 13. Kansas State ain't special. So why does that make you a 7-point favorite? It's Oklahoma State. Just Oklahoma State beat Baylor handily. I remember that because I bet Baylor.
Yeah, we both bet Baylor. I'm
And
not
they beat
seeing I'm not
Kansas
seeing
State by
NC
the
State
score.
either. Are you seeing this NC State game? The hell,
Mhm.
DraftKings? Am I gonna have to start looking at FanDuel?
NC State's minus 3.5.
Ooh, minus 3.5. So their odds increased. Were they playing again?
Miami.
Miami. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna
Okay.
take NC State minus 3.5. Dude, Miami's bad. They're just bad. As simple as that.
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
This is not a good football team. I think the NC State up front is really good, and they're like consistently like D line, especially. They're very, very good. It seems like every year. I think that they're just going to be able to bully Miami up front, which is eventually going to let them win the game. Part of the reason I think why we saw that was a game last week against North Carolina is for that very reason. North Carolina last
So,
year struggled up front, especially on the offensive line, and this year I feel like you're getting a similar story. It's just now you don't have the amount of talent you had last year, so you're seeing the holes in that football team. So that's to me the reason why Miami was able to stick around. This week, I don't see it happening.
okay. I'm actually going to take Oklahoma State plus 7. I just find it, if they do lose, I think it'll be close. I don't think it's like, I understand it's at Iowa State, but it's not like Iowa State's going to blow the doors off with someone. I don't really understand what we're doing there. So I'm going to take them. I'm going to take one more pick too. I'm going to take Pittsburgh minus 3.5 against
Oh, you're
Clemson.
hitting it against
Yeah,
Clemson.
I listen, dude. I think Kenny Pickett's a really good, talented quarterback. He might be the real. I think Pittsburgh's offense in general is good, right?
They got
Going
a
up
good D
against
line too.
but going up against this Clemson defense is like, okay, well, like the thing is, this offense is going to have so many opportunities to score because Clemson's offense is horrific, you know. So at the end of the day, if they had the ball, more times because like in these games, Clemson's barely winning. It seems like the other team just has the ball more.
What did you
Is
say the spread was in that game?
3.5.
Okay, just want to make sure I got it right. I think that's
So
all I'm taking. I don't know if you got anything else.
no, those are my picks too.
I want to tease in a little Oklahoma State money line for some reason. I kind of
I mean,
agree
it's
with you that the
crazy.
hate has gone too far, but
Like, dude, they beat Baylor. Like, they played great against Baylor too. Like, why am I getting scared of like Iowa State? They don't scare me.
I see. I like Iowa State still. It's just I like their players. I like a lot of their players. I like Brees
I mean,
Hall.
yeah, they got a
I
good
like their tight
roster.
end. They just haven't put it together at all.
Yeah, I mean, if
Yeah.
you wanted to throw something on the money line, just a little cheeky one, Oregon State plus 130 might not be a bad shout.
I was looking at that. I like that Utah team though. I'm
I do
staying
too,
away
but
from Utah.
I like this Oregon State team too. I think they got something brewing.
Yeah, I can. The problem is that I can make in my head an argument for either one of those teams winning, which is why I'm gonna stay away from that.
You taking the midnight game on the island?
No, no shot, no shot, dude.
Just bet the
Those
over.
midnight games are wacky. You never know what the hell is gonna happen. It's like something's always in the air, especially in Hawaii. Both good and bad for Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Seeing them a heavy favorite like this, I would not be surprised if that's a really freaking close game.
New Mexico State just pulls it out on the island.
And it's funny too, because I really hate New Mexico State. Maybe it's New Mexico. Whatever one because I bet against one of them and I confuse these teams so much. They're so bad. Like any New Mexico, you're getting a trash team.
Oh
Um,
yeah, they're horrific. You got
but it's like you're betting on garbage time stuff. Because remember the other like 2 weeks ago, I think it was on the picks, we were saying it was once again with New Mexico or New Mexico State. I think it was against Nevada. They were like a 30-point underdog. And we're like, there's no way they don't cover this. They ended up covering in the last 6 seconds of the game.
yeah, I
So it's
know.
like, I feel like I'm taking a similar thing here where Hawaii's going to be up 24. Last drive of the game, New Mexico State. Their coach is like, all right, boys, let's do it. Let's cover the spread. And then with like 30 seconds left, they score and bone you. And you're like, God damn it. You're staying up until like 2:30 in the morning. We're on the East Coast.
Yeah,
Watching this game and you're ripping your hair out because you're like, God damn, they let up a touchdown with 30 seconds left.
yeah, it's not ideal.
I am not going to put myself through that.
I think this Memphis UCF game that's about to happen, like here in 15 minutes, is kind of interesting
Is
because
is my guy Dylan Gabriel playing now?
he has to be because Memphis started as 2.5 point favorite and it swung all the way to Memphis being 1 point dogs now.
Okay. Well, if Dylan Gabriel is playing, they've got a shot. Dylan Gabriel is phenomenal. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in college right now. If he's not playing, I don't know what the hell is happening. No, Dylan Gabriel is out. I don't
Okay,
understand. I mean, they get their running back, Bowser, who's going to be healthy. I mean, it's Memphis is not like a great team this year, though. So, no idea.
let's see Memphis. Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, they're 4-3. Yeah, I think it's just a very even game. You know,
Okay. All
Memphis has
right.
been in a lot of close games though,
Yeah, they have been.
and the
I've
defense.
been low key keeping an eye out on Memphis. I've been checking the scores on them. I haven't really watched any of their games, so that's another reason why I'm not going to take it. But I just don't think it's the same quality Memphis team that we're used to seeing. But all right,
Yeah.
I think you got anything else you want to take?
No, I'm chilling with my board.
You're not gonna throw in a cheeky over under somewhere, cheeky little
No,
total.
I suck at totals. I'm
All
done
right,
with
well,
totals.
that's gonna do it from us here. Hit us with a subscribe if you made it this far. Good luck if you're tailing us. Steed, good luck out there on the battlefield.
Oh
The
yeah,
battlefield of this crazy week. This is not a fun week, it feels like, as a gambler. A lot of risk I'm seeing.
yeah, a lot of rest. Might be the week you really kind of just try to zone in on a couple locks. You know.
Yeah, so good luck out there. Peace out. Have a good one.